So for this question, it's very important to understand that the stronger the ionic bond, the more exothermic and the greater the lattice enthalpy. So then when you are doing the comparison between sodium bromide and potassium chloride, what happens is that sodium, it's smaller than potassium. So that would make sodium bromide to have a stronger bond, so a greater, more exothermic lattice enthalpy. For potassium would be the opposite. But when you look at the anion, what happens is that chloride is the smallest one, so that's the one that would make the bond stronger. So then because sodium, then you cannot tell if sodium bromide or potassium chloride will have a stronger bond than the other. Because sodium would make sodium bromide to have the strongest bond, but at the same time, bromine would make it to be the weakest bond. So you cannot predict it for that reason. When we look at magnesium oxide and magnesium fluoride, it's similar. The cation is the same, magnesium in both. But the anion, if you compare oxide ion to the fluoride ion, the oxide ion has a greater charge. So that would make magnesium oxide to have a stronger bond. But at the same time, the fluoride ion is smaller than the oxide ion. So that would make magnesium fluoride to have the strongest bond. So if we look at charge, we get to one conclusion. But if we look at radius, ionic radius, we would reach a different conclusion. That's why it's not possible to make a prediction. I hope it makes sense. If it doesn't, please let me know.